Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for tuning in here to the Rob LaBarbera Show for our latest WWE predictions video. And this week, well, on this video, rather, we're talking some NXT and some Takeover Portland. I'm joined by the lovely Miss Laura once again. What are you thinking overall just about Takeover Portland as a whole?
It's gonna be great. Because NXT is amazing and significantly better than the other brands, so...
Yeah, and we don't have to talk about Roman, we don't have to talk about Brock Lesnar, we don't have to talk about a bunch of people and things that we don't necessarily like talking about, or...
And we don't have to talk about anybody's divorce and stupid fake lesbian relationships that are totally burying the actual legitimate homosexual member of those rosters.
We should probably do a video on that at some point. Probably do some sort of discussion on the burial of Sonya Deville. But
poor Sonya Deville.
We're on to bigger and better things because we're talking Takeover Portland. Let's go ahead and start with the Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai street fight match. What are your initial thoughts on this one?
I just want to see Tegan Nox actually do something. Like I watched her on the Man Classic, and initially it was really awesome. She was like really pumped, very like pushed heavy, and seemed to have a lot of potential, and then got injured in like the second match she was in, and so you never saw her again until she had both her knees now fixed and came back. And since she's been back, I feel like the most I've actually seen her wrestle was at the house show we went to last week. So, which
really, Candice LeRae actually pulled more weight in that match.
Oh yeah, Candice LeRae always pulls more weight than anyone gives her credit for. Let's give Candice LeRae some. Anyway, that's not neither here nor there. But while I do think Dakota Kai is, from what I have seen, better, Tegan Nox is gonna win.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Really? I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
Because I don't think this is the end of this feud.
That doesn't mean it is the end.
I mean, for me, most of the time, if the heel wins, the face will be like, no, I'm coming back for you. Like, I don't think that this is done yet, because
the heel is like, I really should have won, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I guess it could go both ways. I think Dakota Kai is going to win this match, though. I think it'll come down to some knee brace
I can see that.
But it's a street fight. They can use anything.
There's also, it's NXT women. They're not going to run any storyline that long, and this has been going on for a while now. Yeah,
I guess it's been going on at least since November.
Yeah.
Ironically,
since War Games.
That was the first WWE video that was uploaded on the Rob LaBarbera Show, was the predictions for Takeover War Games, which I don't think I don't remember. I think I actually did predict that show decently well, but there was only like 4 matches on it.
Except the men's. I think you wanted the Undisputed Era. You called them as winning again.
Yeah, but I did predict Rhea correctly.
Well, yeah, that was
even through Survivor Series. I predicted that correctly, but
yeah, Survivor Series was anyway. That's not the point either.
I'm not overly excited for this match. It's probably the one I'm least looking forward to. It's more so just between these two. I think we've gotten as much as we can out of this already.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. If we can see some more, like I love Tegan Nox as a person, because I watch a lot of up, down, left, right, and she's fabulous on there. So I want to see more from her. I want to see her excel in the ring. I just don't think I have yet. So I'm hoping this gives her an opportunity to do more and not get injured again. Because that's the other thing. These two are so prone to injury. I just don't want them to hurt each other and themselves.
Well, after seeing, the last street fight that I really paid attention to in NXT was that Ciampa Gargano one.
Oh yeah, nothing.
And it was just like,
well, it's Ciampa and Gargano.
Yeah, I thought that a Gargano died because like that was a crazy match. But we'll differ on this one. But I wouldn't be surprised if it went one way or the other.
I can see it going either way very easily.
Yeah. And the next match up on the docket here is Finn Balor against Johnny Gargano. And for me, I think Finn Balor is going to take this one. I think Balor's just got more to gain with being new to NXT. He hasn't had a lot of face time on the brand. This match was supposed to happen at War Games back in November. I think even at that point, the bill would have been for Balor to move on and build momentum towards whatever they're going to build him towards, which could just be the guy who tries to put over other people. But I think first you need to establish him as a very credible threat to other people in the brand. Gargano is a guy that can take that fall and not get hurt by it at all. People aren't going to sit like when he was going against Velveteen Dream and all that stuff, and he was like Johnny Failure, like that latched on for like 10 days.
Half of a minute, yeah.
And then like
everyone's like, we love you.
Because he was like, I've been in more takeover matches than I was like, you also have more losses at takeover, I think, than anybody else. So, but that just comes, I mean, you know, that comes from being in more matches. But I just think Finn Balor's got more to gain from it. I think storyline wise, it will help him propel forward. And Gargano and Ciampa after this, I might be tipping my pick for later.
Let's not get too much ahead of ourselves. I think initially I was saying that Gargano would make more sense winning, but the more I've thought about it, it doesn't, because like you've said, why would they keep Finn Balor on the shelf? Like he's done like one match on TV since. Maybe two since he came back.
I think he's done two because he fought some dude when he first came back, and then he just fought a dude a couple weeks ago. But he actual matches. He's only done like two.
Because it does make sense. I do think he has come back to kind of help push people, but then Gargano is like the last person who needs pushing. Like everyone loves him, and he is a very strong supporter of her fans, even though he totally shafted me. Thanks, Johnny. Not bitter at all.
We went to a live event. We were sitting on the barricade, and Johnny Gargano took probably about 6 minutes,
oh my gosh,
walking through
around
and
the ring,
shaking all the kids' hands and taking photos.
Selfies with everybody. He comes up on the barricade, hits the guy next to me, walks right past me and the guy on the other side, and I was just like,
I got to fist bump Matt Riddle twice though. Matt Riddle came back over for me, and I was like, bro.
Done. Oh my gosh, Keith Lee. And Tegan Knox.
You kissed Angel Garza.
I did kiss Angel Garza. Almost kissed the other guy, but he was being a
Shane Thorne. Yeah, we saw Shane Thorne.
He did really well, though. I wanted him to win.
So who's your pick for the match, though?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Finn Balor. I do agree that, because it doesn't make sense to keep him. What's he doing? Like, I think he's just been on vacation since he joined NXT, which
getting
good for
weird
him.
hand tattoos and stuff.
Yeah, like, making life choices. Some of them are good. Some I may not anyway, not a point. So yeah, Finn Balor.
I think we are going to agree on that one.
Next we'll go to, is this for the championship? The North American
is for the NA championship.
For between Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic.
Thank you. I can't say his name very well, so thank you so much.
The big, tall, really impressive person.
From Massachusetts.
Who do you pick?
Keith Lee.
Oh yeah, definitely Keith Lee.
I mean, he just got the belt.
Yeah.
I think the only reason they did this is they know like these two are going to put on a great match. They work so well together. Like I was telling you earlier, like if they keep this rolling, this could be the new Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens kind of like, because man, the company kept those two in matches with each other forever. They did so much work with each other. Like these guys are going to end up working with each other a ton for years to come because they know how good they are with each other.
And because they're both ridiculously talented. Like when Dijakovic came up, I was like, who's this guy? And I was like, oh, wow. Like you don't realize, because like Keith Lee is impressive because he's a big guy, and then you see him jumping over people's heads and like it's insane the stuff you see him do. And then Dijakovic comes in and you're like, oh, it's just another wrestler. And then you realize that he's standing next to a person who's like 6'4" and he's still towering over them, and you're like,
yeah, he's like 6'7", right?
He's 6'7", yeah,
he's huge,
and he's still doing all this crazy athletic stuff, and it's just so impressive. And watching the pair of them together, one thing I pointed out talking to you earlier is like, way back in the day when you'd watch these matches between these big, huge guys, it was scary because you're watching two behemoths smash into each other, and it was like sumo wrestling where they're basically crushing each other and someone's gonna have a horrible injury in their future. Whereas these two are actual, like, I don't want to say they're that the other people were not, but they're much more conscientious of their bodies and what they can do, and they have a broader range of athletic ability that is allowing them to do this crazy stuff and do it safely with each other. So I think that's just really amazing, and being able to watch them perform together is hopefully going to be a lot of fun, regardless of who wins.
I think this is going to be match of the night.
I think it definitely has potential.
I think this is going to be the best match of the night, honestly, because
who's Adam Cole fighting again?
Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
It's gonna be an aggressive one. We'll get to that one a
we'll
little bit later. But yeah, he just got the belt though.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna lose it this quick.
I could see this being a rematch later. Or like if you're gonna drop it to someone, Dijakovic is a good person to drop it to because it's a mid card. It's the mid card belt.
It's the mid card belt,
but not yet.
You're also gonna see. You gotta have a heel take that off him. I'm serious.
Well, after this whole Velveteen Dream thing, maybe Dream will get it back.
Be a heel, yeah. We'll have Finn Balor. See if Finn Balor can go after that after he beats Johnny Gargano. That makes sense.
But we are going to agree on Keith Lee for this one.
Hi.
And now we will go on ahead and jump into our main card championship matches, starting with the NXT Championship held by Rhea Ripley, who is defending her belt against Bianca Belair at Takeover Portland. Would you like to begin, or would you like me to?
Rhea's gonna win.
Yeah, Rhea's winning this one. Yeah. It's the same argument with KeithLee. Like, she got it.
Yeah, she just got it.
She's so over right now.
The audience in the ring when she won that belt, they're not taking it away from her now. And like you said, with the tag team belts, if they drop that, it's gonna be Tampa.
To Io. Io's the only person, because it won't be Shayna.
Charlotte.
Oh, that's right. She's going to be at WrestleMania.
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, she'll be at WrestleMania. That's right. She's not going to drop it to Charlotte.
Come here.
She's not dropping that to Charlotte. But
welcome our special guest, Crowley.
I mean, it really makes me want...
Hi, honey.
I'm only kidding. It really makes me want them to put Bianca Belair on Raw or SmackDown.
Oh.
Because NXT doesn't need Bianca Belair right now. Bianca
Belair, they need to push Candice LeRae up.
They would put her on Raw if they moved her up because her husband's on Raw.
Which makes even more sense. Yeah. Because they seem, which is kind of nice, they seem to like to keep couples together in WWE.
Yeah, she needs to go on SmackDown, though. They don't need her on Raw right now.
You literally just said she should go on Raw.
Yeah, I'd rather her on SmackDown, though, because Shayna's going to be on Raw, supposedly.
That's true, yeah.
So it would make more sense for her to go to SmackDown, but, man, what are you going to do? Yeah.
Send Shayna to SmackDown and she can beat up on Bayley.
It's okay.
I just won the battle.
It's okay. It might not even have gotten picked up. Her phone went off. You own a phone, whatever. It's okay. It's not like this is some super crazy thing. So, but yeah,
anyway,
there's no way. There's no way Rhea's dropping this belt. Now, I shouldn't say there's no way because like
stranger things have happened.
Well, and they pumped up Bianca Belair during the Rumble like crazy. She has the record for the most eliminations in a single Rumble for women.
They've been giving her a lot of screen time. Probably
because they looked at her and went, hey, we gave you that undefeated thing and we gave you this Royal Rumble thing, but you're not winning a championship.
Yeah, they've given her
give you everything except the title.
Here's your title. Here's your title. Oh, nope. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, gotta be faster than that. Oh. Yeah. So.
Which is funny because she could like.
Oh, she's terrifying.
Decimate people. She's not. Again, random side. Not as tall as I would have expected. A lot of these people aren't. Especially like Rhea Ripley, she looks like this giant behemoth, and I'm like, you're really not that tall. Am I just tall? I don't think I'm that tall.
You are kind of tall.
I'm tall for a girl, but not like anything that most people would be like, oh my god, you're a giant.
You're around my height.
Yes, but yeah. Anyway,
Rhea Ripley retains.
Yes, definitely.
And our final match on this card is Adam Cole Bay defending against the Psycho Killer Tommaso Ciampa.
So does that mean, is that an adjective or a noun?
What? The Psycho Killer?
So is he killing psychos or is he a psycho who kills? I don't know.
Both.
Because he's a face now, so.
Both. He's a face by virtue of returning from injury.
Yes. And Daddy, which... It's creepy.
Home. Daddy's home.
I find it a little creepy. It's because he's kind of creepy looking.
So I was.
He is.
I just got the remasters for Resident Evil 4, and I've been playing Resident Evil 4, and the village chief with the beard, but he looks just like Ciampa. He looks just like Ciampa, doesn't he? Doesn't he? I just realized that today. I might have to grab a photo of that and put it up. But he looks just like Ciampa, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting my ass kicked by Tommaso Ciampa.
Congratulations. I mean, I would never pick a fight with that man. He's scary.
He is like. He's a nice guy, though.
Yeah, he seems like a really, really
he was
wonderful
cool
person.
when we
yeah, he was very chill.
briefly were in his presence.
Yeah. Anyway. Who do you think's going to win?
Adam Cole, baby.
Boom.
Adam Cole.
I got to pick him, too. He's my boy.
Yeah, I mean, Ciampa
baby.
can keep going on about this whole I never lost the title thing and blah, 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 blah. Adam Cole is the face of NXT right now.
Yeah, he really is.
He is the face of NXT.
He is their workhorse. But I will not in any way be surprised, though, if they give that belt to Ciampa. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
But, like...
Yeah, Triple H loves him. So I wouldn't be surprised. He
Which one,
loves
Ciampa?
Ciampa.
Oh, he should.
Yeah.
Ciampa's incredible. He's a fabulous performer.
I don't think it's in the cards just yet. And again, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna do something like Tampa. You're gonna do it at Tampa, or you can, because I mean, Takeover Tampa is before WrestleMania.
Yeah, but the problem with this that we've been discussing is that at this point, that means no titles will change this pay-per-view, which means the first pay-per-view NXT is getting for itself. Like this is not a prequel opener for a Sunday pay-per-view. This is their first Sunday one, really, that is just theirs. And it's meaning we're basically saying all of the titles are going to change in Tampa. So that's very unlikely to also happen. That's just random as a point.
Well, again, I don't think Ciampa's the one who's going to take the belt from Adam Cole.
Really?
I just don't think it'll be Ciampa. I don't know who it will
I
be.
would also be okay if Finn Balor took his belt, because they're like my two favorite wrestlers, and if they just hand that thing back and forth, I'll be fine.
Well, and
it's gonna happen,
I
but
have to go and look at the numbers, because they were saying like, oh, Adam Cole has had the belt for 256 days or something like that. Finn Balor at this present time is the longest reigning NXT champion. I'd have to go and see how many days it is from now. Not until Tampa. I don't think even Adam Cole loses his belt at Tampa. I think he's going to lose it at Brooklyn.
When's Brooklyn?
SummerSlam in August.
Oh. That's kind of random.
Well,
because
NXT's WrestleMania is Brooklyn, essentially. That's their biggest pay-per-view. But that's in the future, and that's getting thrown off now because they're going to have NXT represented at WrestleMania probably.
Well, and see, that's your other opportunity to do some big climactic changes, is that this will be the first NXT matches on WrestleMania, because they weren't a major brand last year at this time.
Yeah. Well, but the only reason they're going to be on WrestleMania is because of Charlotte. That's going to be the only one, I think, because you still have to fill a takeover the night before. They already booked.
Well, yeah, but they did that with Survivor Series, and they had the entire Survivor Series.
Screwed over NXT. They screwed them over. No, because they had to book for 2 shows.
Fatigue wise, yes.
Yeah. Well, no, because
then I'm like, Adam Cole again. Shout out to that man, because he was fucking sorry.
You can say whatever you want. It's fine.
I'm not gonna say whatever I want. Where was I? Oh, Adam Cole. He was like Raw, SmackDown, because it was still on Wednesday at that point, and NXT.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't? Okay, so that's even worse, because Raw, NXT, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and then Takeover.
Yeah.
And then
War Games.
It was
Takeover War Games too.
And
then he had to go do the match against Pete Dunne.
And the
next
Pete
night.
Dunne Adam Cole match was probably one of the. No, that was a different.
No, that was at Survivor Series. Because
are you sure?
Yeah, because Pete Dunne was in that triple threat match
he was
the
in the
night
triple
before.
threat the night before.
Yeah.
Which was also probably, that was the one I was thinking was one of the best matches of that night. But still, the Adam Cole Pete Dunne one was still just an incredible match. But those two together. Anyway, what are we talking about?
Well, because again, you aren't going to have enough time to build a legitimate enough storyline going into Tampa if you give the belt to Ciampa. That rhymed. That rhymed. Yeah, you're not going to be able to develop anything unless you have Adam Cole go back after it. But
which is not uncommon. He does that all the time. So, I mean, him and Gargano had
I would not be surprised if Undisputed Era lost all of their belts on the same night, though.
Well, they can't do that because they only have 3 of them.
If they lost the tag and the NXT belt on the same night, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if they did that. Because they made such a big deal about them having all of them.
Yeah, but they don't have all of them right now, so it wouldn't be that as impactful.
No, they don't.
If Roderick had retained his title, then I could see them doing that. But then I also don't see them, like, for being a stable of heels, people love them. They are like the loved stable. They're the only stable of NXT, basically. the US brand.
Yeah, well, and the thing to factor into, like, with Adam Cole, like, what's to stop Roderick Strong from going in and just blowing the match dead again and having it end in DQ? Like, like Ciampa wins, but it's by DQ.
Yeah, see, that makes a lot more sense.
And then you can do that match again. And maybe, honestly, they might want to even think about doing a triple threat.
With who?
And we're back. Technical difficulty, but
at least the camera didn't fall down this time.
Yeah, the camera didn't fall down this time. But you could even go into a triple threat going into Tampa. I think either shenanigans are in play or Adam Cole just wins clean.
I would like to see Adam Cole win clean, but I don't think that's going to happen now, just because of the push that not the push, but the fan support that Ciampa has right now. I don't think they would let Adam Cole win clean. And he has a whole bevy of minions to assist him. And I'm okay with that because there are so many examples of him winning clean.
Just gave the fans Rhea Ripley. You're not going to give them Ciampa here.
It's not SummerSlam. We can't win everything. I was watching the Wade and it's little Rose and when he first appeared in WWE.
So yeah, I think we're both rolling with Cole on this one.
Yep.
Only differing on 2 matches, I believe.
One.
Was it really only one?
Mm-hmm.
Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox?
Yeah. That was it.
That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
pretty predictable.
This takeover was pretty, like, they're in a really rough spot because of just the timing of it.
Yeah, the timing of it. Well, and that's probably, unfortunately, why they gave NXT, and they're not doing this with the main brand.
Fastlane. Because Fastlane's a terrible pay-per-view every year.
Like, then that's why it's not necessarily that, like, oh, this pay-per-view is so terrible. It's a crap slot because you're right before WrestleMania, so they don't want to screw all the storylines they're building for WrestleMania.
It'll help the main brand, though. Because now they can just use Elimination Chamber to fill in the gaps that Royal Rumble didn't fill in. So it's like, oh, the men's will be to challenge the Fiend, and the women's will be something else. I don't know if there even will be a women's.
Sorry. Or do you mean Goldberg?
Goldberg's not winning that title. Goldberg's not winning that title. Thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of the Rob LaBarber Show, and thank you once again, Laura, for being my guest, talking some wrestling and being incredibly smart like you always are. Come on, give yourself some credit. You are wonderful and so intelligent.
Wait, I can't do it because I'm holding a microphone, but clap, 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 clap.
I love it. That's awesome. Be sure to comment down below with some of your predictions or just comments on how wrong you think I am or how right you think Laura is. Be sure as well to...
Except we picked all the right...
Except for one match. Except for one match. One match we were different. Be sure to subscribe as well. Check out some of the other content on the channel and stay tuned into the future for some more videos from the pair of us. I will say once more, thank you so much.